Welcome to the Soul Pitt Media Health and Business Report, hosted by Craig Dawson, Vice President, Soul Pitt Media.
Hello and welcome to the Soul Pitt Media Health and Business Report. Today we have Dr. Johanna Phelan, Chief Medical Officer, Quality Department, UPMC Insurance and Services Division. Dr. Phelan, welcome to the Soul Pitt Media Health and Business Report.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Truly an honor.
Now, Dr. Phelan, as I prepared for today's podcast, I was fascinated by your life story, to be honest. Can you talk to our listeners about your journey from leaving Puerto Rico as a 17-year-old to today being the Chief Medical Officer, Quality Department for UPMC Insurance Services Division?
Well, thank you so much for reading and learning about my personal story. It means a lot. I have to start by sharing that my journey is not my own. The only reason I know I'm here today is because I have a lot of support and a loving family that supported my dreams of becoming a pediatrician since I was a little girl in Puerto Rico. I often celebrate all of my achievements with those that helped me pave the way and opened the door for me to pursue a career in medicine. I left Puerto Rico seeking new educational and work opportunities, and I started my college career at a university that provided a very strong pre-med program in a city that really opened doors to doing great research. And since leaving Puerto Rico, I have lived in many places and I have moved pursuing higher education and or professional opportunities. And though I have lived in many regions, my heart is always thinking about my family and my people in Puerto Rico.
Now, Dr. Phelan, is being a physician something you always envisioned, even as a child?
Yes. Since I was a young child, I wanted to pursue a career in medicine. And I have to say that I was very blessed because I had an amazing mentor growing up in Puerto Rico who was my very own pediatrician. His name is Dr. Humberto Vasquez. And Dr. Vasquez always took the time to ask me as a child how I was doing. He listened to my concerns and he encouraged me to do well in school. I, since a very early age, loved the way my pediatrician treated me and respected me as an individual, although I was just very young. He taught me to include children as part of a medical visit. He taught me how to ask questions directly to children, to address their fears, and to explain what was happening to them as part of the medical encounter. And so since an early age, I felt a calling to pursue a career in medicine, specifically as a pediatrician.
Now, Dr. Phelan, I also understand that working with the underserved has been very important to you. Can you talk to our listeners about why that is so important to you?
Thank you for asking that question. That means a lot. See, growing up in Puerto Rico and moving to the mainland United States, it transformed who I was. When I started my third and fourth year of medical school in Camden, New Jersey, at that time, Camden was one of the poorest cities in the United States. I witnessed how social determinants of health impacted the health of my patients and the families I served. I was changed by the patients and the families I met because they share with me and open up very quickly about their challenges and barriers when they are living in poverty, when they have barriers to accessing medical services, when high quality education and work opportunities change and transform the family, the well-being, the outcomes, and the community. Because I'm fluent in Spanish, I often help with translation services at the hospital. So I was a medical student working with families like me and working with patients. And I was asked to help other physicians because I have a skill set, which was that I am bilingual. I witnessed as part of my medical training how language barriers made healthcare inaccessible. I saw how crime impacted entire families and neighborhoods. But above all, I was encouraged to serve the underserved. Camden, New Jersey, which is where I started my career as a physician, has a large Hispanic population, mainly from the Caribbean. And I was fascinated as a young physician, medical student back then, was that they welcomed me into their community as their own. I spoke their language, I looked like them, I understood their culture, I ate their food, and I was able to bring those worlds and bridge that between the cultural background that I brought to the equation and then now my medical training. I recall one day when a young lady shared with me, my mom told me that I should marry a doctor. But after meeting you, I didn't know I could become one. And because of that and how my patients and families have inspired me, I have a very soft space and spot for underserved communities.
Well, see, I learned something new by that, but it's very true that it's easier to trust someone that looks like you, someone that has shared your life's experience, and to kind of just let your guard down and talk freely about their health and well-being.
That's right. And that trust that you develop as a healthcare professional with your patients and your families is invaluable and is so key for good healthcare outcomes. And I have to say, when people like you ask me, why do you feel so passionate about the underserved communities? Well, I come from an underserved community. I am part of a minority community, but through many years working with these communities, there's nothing more satisfying when you can make an impact. And these communities come to you and are grateful and are changing behaviors because they are learning from you and you're building that trusting relationship.
Well, see, Doctor, that's a big part of our podcast, just to let our listeners know that, yes, you hear the word UPMC, but there's a face and a person behind UPMC, and people like yourself. You know, I've learned a lot about UPMC itself and, you know, just the type of physicians they are bringing to the city to make a big difference and make this city healthcare accessible to everyone.
That's right. That's right.
Now, Doctor, with all the specialties that you could have picked, why did you decide to specialize in pediatrics as a career?
Well, that's a great question. And I have to say, I'm very proud of being a pediatrician. You know, pediatrics was a natural choice for me since early on. Growing up in Puerto Rico, I love children. I love families. I love all the aspects of what motherhood and parenthood bring to us. I love the challenges and the blessings that the children bring into our lives. And I also know the importance of we as adults now have in their lives. And see, my childhood mentor, Dr. Vasquez, was an amazing example for me, for which I learned from during my medical school and residency that I had really passion to serve not only the child, but also the family. So when you're a pediatrician, yes, you are definitely, your patient is the child or the teenager, but you have to remember that you have to engage the family, the parents, the grandparents, the caregivers, the foster families, in order to really push forward the health of those children in that home environment. And the way you do that is through education. You do that through encouragement, through advocacy. And there's nothing more amazing in my life when you are encouraging a new parent that just gave birth to their brand new newborn, and they smile at you because they feel empowered to care for that child. So as a medical student and a resident and intern, pediatrics for me was a natural choice because of who I am.
We'll be right back with the Soul Pitt Media Health and Business Report.
It doesn't matter the time nor the place, the conditions or transitions. Doesn't matter. Who you are or who you're with. Before, now, and always. Through all phases of life, Duquesne Light Company is here for you.
Port Authority has a new name, Pittsburgh Regional Transit, PRT for short. It's all about doing an even better job of getting people where they want to go every day. It's also about getting people where they want to go in their careers. PRT is looking for some new faces. We're hiring for every position. We offer great pay and benefits and a direct route to a great future. Go to rideprt.org/careers. PRT is an equal opportunity employer.
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pit Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcast, and Soul Pit television options, we can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pit Media take you to that next level.
UPMC is committed to addressing the health disparities that disproportionately impact African Americans in our communities. By driving education, training, and programming, and building relationships with our community partners, we can ensure that all individuals and families have access to the preventive care, screenings, and treatment that can lead to healthier lives. Learn more at upmc.com/health disparities.
Yeah, who's this? Don Stogie, it's me, Nick the Nub. Hey, my boy, what you got for me? Boss, I got the bundle on some bad news about your best customer, Sammy Sticks. What, sleeping with the fishes? Nah, he's still with Wanda, but he's been herfing with the Cigar Fathers. The Godfathers? No, boss, Cigar Fathers, you know. Friendly, knowledgeable staff, live outdoor patio jams, and a wide selection of cigars and cigar accessories. Oh, how do you know so much about this place? Well, boss, because I've been coming back all week. What? Hey, I'm sorry, Don Stogie, but with everything Cigar Fathers is offering, I couldn't refuse.
The future of transit is now, and we are working to improve your ride. Look for bus tracking technologies and other innovations to keep you better informed. Getting around town has never been so easy. PortAuthority.org.
Do you like entertainment that provides diverse programming? Well, there's a new radio station that provides exactly that. Yes, Pittsburgh's diverse sports and entertainment network provides a mixed radio format and is the place for soulful music, sports talk, and lifestyle programming. Check us out at pghdsen.com. You'll be able to find our radio schedule with all of our exciting entertainment programs. Listen now by going to pghdsen.com.
Did you know that STD rates have increased in Allegheny County?
No, I did not.
Yeah, especially for people under 30.
Maybe I should go get tested.
In Allegheny County, symptomatic syphilis cases increased by 97% and gonorrhea cases by 18% in the past year. And having multiple STDs increases your chances of getting HIV.
Oh, wow. Do you know where I can go get tested?
The Public Health Clinic offers free walk-in STD and HIV screening located at 1908 Wiley Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA 15219.
It looks like I know what I'm doing tomorrow, getting tested, and I'll make sure to spread the word.
For more information, call 412-578-8081 or visit AlleghenyCounty.us/HIV.
We're back with the Soul Pit Media, Health, and Business Report. See, now that makes very good sense. And they also say that if you do something that you love to do, it's not really work.
That's right. And also, is a dual relationship. I gained so much by meeting and seeing and interacting with my patients. But I also, from the Insurance Services Division, work in an area of quality and pediatrics. So the mission to really address the needs of our pediatric families and patients and members are so important. So I'm translating what I learned as a clinician, as a pediatrician, and bringing that internally into the Insurance Services Division. driving strategy, driving initiatives that impact the well-being of our own children.
Well, you know what? You beat me to my next question, because that sure is what I was going to ask you. Is that what led you to transform from pediatrics to the insurance services division? But I guess it comes from your real compassion and just what's instilled in your heart to help your fellow man, is what I feel.
Well, thank you. I also have to say that in order to drive change, you have to engage folks, and it's a team effort, from the person that is answering the phone and helping our members in the phone line, to our care management, our health coaches, our providers, our advocates. All of them are important as part of the work that we do at the Insurance Services Division. When I shared the story of how did I came to UPMC, or how did I decided to move my family from another region of the state to Pittsburgh, I have to give credit to our president, Diane Holder, because she had the vision and the passion as she's dedicated to serving the needs of children, mothers, parents, and families. And she was the one who created that first position, the Senior Medical Director of Pediatrics. That position for me was what brought me to UPMC and opened the door for me to start working in the organization, and then slowly incorporate those key quality components of the work that I am very honored to do today.
Well, UPMC is blessed to have you, Dr. Phelan. Now, I wanted to ask you, what are some of the barriers that you've encountered to quality health care for Latino and other underprivileged communities in our region?
Yeah, that's a great question, and love to share, some of these barriers with you. I think one of the barriers that has an impact to the quality of healthcare that Latino, Latinx, Hispanic people community have are not only specific to our region, but across the nation. And that's the fact that we have a very limited number of healthcare providers and professionals that are coming from the Latino communities. See, when a patient and provider share the same language, the same culture, the same background, trust is built, engagement increases, and outcomes improve. And so we need to increase representation of minorities in all aspects of healthcare. And so if you think about the Hispanic population in the United States, so in the United States, we are close to 20% of the US population that we identify ourselves as Latino and Hispanic. Less than 6% of physicians identify themselves as Latino Hispanic. So there's a huge gap between the population and the number of physicians that are currently identifying themselves as Latino or Hispanic. So as the Latino community continues to grow, not only in the nation, but also here in Allegheny County, in Pittsburgh, in our local area, it is very important that we also open the doors and train the next generation of minority physicians and healthcare providers that will take care of folks like me. Another barrier that I see a lot is, unfortunately, language. And this is why it's so important when I tell patients and families, please ask for language interpretation services when you're seeking care in a hospital setting and in outpatient setting. Being able to understand the information that your physician, your nurse, your support healthcare worker, professional is trying to communicate to you is critical to drive positive outcomes and engagement, and of course, improve the well-being of our entire community.
Absolutely. Even when earlier in the show, you said that during your residency, you often served as an interpreter when you weren't actually doing your duties. And in other words, language is a big factor in healthcare.
Yes, and that's why I really spend time and value the importance of mentorship, mentoring high school students, mentoring college students that are interested in a career in medicine, and not only doctors, but I love to see more or Latino doulas. I would love to see more Latina Hispanic nurses, respiratory therapists. It's so important that we continue to invest in our community's education so that we not only have increased representation from the Latino community, but from the Nepalese community that lives here in Pittsburgh, from our immigrant communities, from our African-American Black communities. We want to see doctors that reflect the community that we live in.
Absolutely. Now, Doctor, we always try to end our podcast on a positive note. Even in today's climate, we always strive for the positive outlook on things. What advice can you give our young listeners who may want to become the next Dr. Phelan?
Oh my God, what an honor. I love that question. And again, be you know. So the first question is, eat your vegetables. It's important that you take care of yourself and, and you're connected with with the pediatrician and family doctor. Health and well-being is so important. And when I tell young people, like, what can I do? It's like, take care of yourself. Be sure that you are getting all your preventive services and that you are part of very early on, part of well-being, because if you start early taking care of yourself, it's something that is a lifelong skill that you will bring into adulthood. But for the young listeners that, are hearing this, I want to encourage you to pursue your dreams and grow your talents with passion, with perseverance, with hard work and integrity. The journey is hard. I know that. But the impact that each one of you will make in your communities and in your families makes it all worth it. I want to encourage our young listeners to do well in school, to study hard, to read a book every day, and never lose your curiosity to learn. And to be proud of being you. You matter. And when you're facing a hard task or a challenge, don't give up. You may not know how to do it yet, but please reach out for help and do your best. I also want to send a message to the parents, the grandparents, foster families, the caregivers of those young listeners. And my advice to you is to be present, because your child and your teenager, believe it or not, needs you. Children are like a small seed. They grow and thrive and give fruits when the right care and support is provided to them. And that is our job as parents, as caregivers. We need to advocate for them, to teach them, and be a good example. So be present, be there for them.
Very wise advice, Doctor. Or as my daughter always tells me, Dad, for all the money you spent on me, don't worry, I'm going to take care of you when you get old. And I say, yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. So it's just good advice to be a part of your kids' lives, and you are a living proof that you can live out and fulfill your dreams. Okay. When I read your story, I was fascinated. I was really looking forward to interviewing you because this is a story that needed to be told. In today's society, especially if you watch the news, by the time you get to something good, it's at the end of the show. So, we try to show people that your dreams are obtainable. There are good companies in the city that are trying to make a difference, like UPMC, that are bringing good quality people into our region to try to address and deal with the issues that we all share. Doctor, I want to thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedule to be with us. And God bless you in your journey to try to make Pittsburgh a better place for all.
Well, thank you so much for the honor of having this conversation with you, and keep up the good work and spreading that message of positivity and joy that is so needed in today's world. Thank you. Thank you,
Doctor. We'll be right back with the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report.
It doesn't matter the time nor the place, the conditions or transitions. Doesn't matter who you are or who you're with. Before, now, and always. Through all phases of life. Duquesne Light Company is here for you.
Port Authority has a new name, Pittsburgh Regional Transit, PRT for short. It's all about doing an even better job of getting people where they want to go every day. It's also about getting people where they want to go in their careers. PRT is looking for some new faces. We're hiring for every position. We offer great pay and benefits and a direct route to a great future. Go to rideprt.org/careers. PRT is an equal opportunity employer.
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pit Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcast, and Soul Pit television options, we can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pit Media take you to that next level.
UPMC is committed to addressing the health disparities that disproportionately impact African Americans in our communities. By driving education, training, and programming, and building relationships with our community partners, we can ensure that all individuals and families have access to the preventive care, screenings, and treatment that can lead to healthier lives. Learn more at upmc.com/health disparities.
Yeah, who's this? Don Stogie, it's me, Nick the Nub. Hey, my boy, what you got for me? Boss, I got the bundle on some bad news about your best customer, Sammy Sticks. What, sleeping with the fishes? Nah, he's still with Wanda, but he's been herfing with the Cigar Fathers. The Godfathers? No, boss. Cigar Fathers, you know. Friendly, knowledgeable staff, live outdoor patio jams, and a wide selection of cigars and cigar accessories. Oh, how do you know so much about this place? Well, boss, because I've been coming back all week. What? Hey, I'm sorry, Don Stogie, but with everything Cigar Fathers is offering, I couldn't refuse.
The future of transit is now, and we are working to improve your ride. Look for bus tracking technologies and other innovations to keep you better informed. Getting around town has never been so easy. PortAuthority.org.
Do you like entertainment that provides diverse programming? Well, there's a new radio station that provides exactly that. Yes, Pittsburgh's diverse sports and entertainment network provides a mixed radio format and is the place for soulful music, sports talk, and lifestyle programming. Check us out at pghdsen.com. You'll be able to find our radio schedule with all of our exciting entertainment programs. Listen now by going to pghdsen.com.
Did you know that STD rates have increased in Allegheny County?
No, I did not.
Yeah, especially for people under 30.
Maybe I should go get tested.
In Allegheny County, symptomatic syphilis cases increased by 97% and gonorrhea cases by 18% in the past year. And having multiple STDs increases your chances of getting HIV.
Oh, wow. Do you know where I can go get tested?
The Public Health Clinic offers free walk-in STD and HIV screening located at 1908 Wiley Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA 15219.
It looks like I know what I'm doing tomorrow, getting tested, and I'll make sure to spread the word.
For more information, call 412-578-8081 or visit AlleghenyCounty.us/HIV.
We're back with the Soul Pit Media, Health, and Business Report.
Hi, this is Debbie Norrell, and welcome to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report Community Calendar. Are you interested in health and wellness? Are you ready to kickstart healthy habits? Researchers at the University of Pittsburgh are conducting a research study to understand how exercise affects the brain of recently depressed older adults. You must be at least the age of 60 to participate. You may be invited to participate in an exercise program or a social wellness program. Both groups will be facilitated by a personal coach. Compensation is provided. Call 412-246-6487 or visit fitbold2 at upmc.edu. The Morgan Lee Art Center, Pittsburgh's newest event space for the arts, is available at 2900 Bedford Avenue. That's in Pittsburgh, PA, 15219. This event space offers space for party rentals, meeting rooms, dance studio rental, outdoor events, rehearsal space, cabarets, concerts, repasts, and has free Wi-Fi and free parking. This is a place to let your creativity be free. For rental information, visit 5678hdat.org/rentals or call 412-925-3695. Pittsburgh Regional Transit is improving transit for every rider. They are adding QR codes to bus signs so you will know when your bus will arrive, making it easier to get on board with their mobile ticketing app, and investing in all electric buses to help reduce emissions today to help improve air quality tomorrow. Yes, PRT is making changes, but more importantly, they are making a difference. Don't forget to visit thesoulpit.com for the latest in theater, musical entertainment, job opportunities, and health information. That's thesoulpit.com. Thank you for listening to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report, brought to you by Pittsburgh Regional Transit. Looking for a great job with benefits? Check out their website, rideprt.org/careers. Thank you for tuning in to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report, hosted by Craig Dawson, Vice President, Soul Pit Media. Thank you, Pittsburgh, for your continued support.